What's up, my friends? Welcome on Travis Code channel. Today I want to talk about new release. Release candidate is React 17. So on React.js you can find the article about release candidate React 17. So what is new in this release? The most important about new features is that there are no new features. And they mentioned no new features. Okay, but it's from developer facing perspective. So, why this release will be interesting for us? First of all, it should be useful for you for the next interviews. If you are going to find a new job and somebody will ask you something about new in React, you can provide some additional information about new features in React and how it works. So, let's talk about how it works. As I mentioned before, there are no new features, but it's a stepping stone release for the next releases and the next features what they are planning. The most important part that this release will help us to upgrade our React applications to the next versions. For example, everybody who worked with different versions of React application knows the pain of upgrading your React application, especially in case you have a few different versions on the same page. So this pain will be solved by this release, so gradual upgrades. Previously we needed to upgrade the whole application to the latest version. Because of it was very difficult to work or almost impossible to work on one page for two different applications, React applications. But now it is solved. So on this page you can find the documentation how to upgrade your document and this example on GitHub. What's useful in this example? We can go and, for example, let's go to legacy. It's just usual application with classes, render, nothing interesting. But if we go to modern one, and for example in package.json, the first of all you can find how to install the latest React application. It's release candidate 17 and it's ended 0, so you can install the latest version if you need. And what's the next? Let's go to the next. What I guess is the most important part of this release is changes to event delegation. So it's a very popular question on any React interview, how React handles events. So let's go to this image and we will see that in React 16 and all previous Reacts, there was an approach when we added listeners to HTML tag. It was on the top of the whole HTML document, and from performance perspective it's a great approach because of you don't need to attach events for all elements, buttons or items, links you have. All these events will be hoisted to the top. But if you have a few applications on your page, it may cause some problem because of all these applications will be attached, events will be attached to one HTML element. So it will be a problem. With React 17 and all the future releases, all these events will be attached to root element, so root node. And now when you will have a few different applications on your page, all these applications will be independent from event perspective. It's great. So what do we have else? From the interesting, so there are some fixing potential issues, but it's not very interesting. Other breaking changes. So there are some breaking changes. It's with on scroll and on focus events. They changed the approach how to handle it. Then no event pooling. Also we have effect cleanup timing. This one is interesting and you can read about how it works. They fix some issues. Also, what else you can take a look? It was consistent error for returning undefined. So previously if we used elements which returned undefined, it caused a problem. But it wasn't a problem in case we used forward ref or memo. In this release they fixed this problem, and for all cases if you don't return anything or it's as undefined, you will have error. The next one is for debugging native component stacks. So if something happened in your code, some error, you will have the whole stack trace. Also removed some private exports, but I never use it. And installation, as I showed from GitHub repository, it's very easy install. You need just use React 17 with release candidate 0. And that's it. So you can install it and try the latest version. So from development perspective, it's not a big update, not what we expected, but in the next release we will have all new features we want in React. So thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel, and soon you will get the latest information about React.